Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are South.
It's Bark in the Park Day here at Turner Field, and that means somebody's going to K9 today. Hopefully it'll be Julio Teheran, as he hopes to round back into form, and he needs to. One of the game's best right-handers faces him for the Cincinnati Reds in the fourth game of this set here in Atlanta. Hi, friends. Chip and Joe. Great to be back at work. A real treat, unless you're a major league hitter. Julio Teheran and Johnny Cueto get after it today in Atlanta.
It's a great matchup and one we've been looking forward to in this series. But for Julio Teheran, his last three starts haven't been so good. He's got to get back on track. But this guy, Johnny Cueto, he ranks up with maybe the top 2 or 3 right-handed starting pitchers in the league. And right there with Wainwright, Zach Greinke, etc. Now, for Julio Teheran, you're getting a taste of the first start of the season down in Miami. He was Julio-like. Since then, not so much. His ERA up to 4.67, a lot of walks to go with it.
He's got to throw his fastball more, apparently. We'll see if that's the case as the Braves try to salvage a split with Cincinnati. And we'll have more from Atlanta with all of our furry friends right after this.
Atlanta.
Well, everybody's wondering what's going on with Julio Teheran, and this is a phrase that we have never heard before. Freddie Gonzalez saying, I'm actually a little worried about him. But you know what? That's okay. People are worried about me all the time. No big deal. He's just got to find out what he's got to do to get right. His first 3 starts, more fastballs. Last 3 starts, more of the other stuff. I asked Roger McDowell what has been the key, and he said, Paul, it's very simple. He's struggled with fastball location and command, both the inside and outside part of the plate. I know as a former pitcher, when you start to struggle with that fastball, you go to the other stuff. We'll see if he's able to do that today. I asked Christian Bethancourt, today's catcher, who just took the field, what does he need to do? He said same thing, and be more aggressive with that fastball and attack the zone. We'll see if he's able to do it today. Back up to you guys, Chip and Joe.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. Kids are on the field, and this is a special group of kids, Joe, we understand.
Yeah, the young man at third base with Kelly Johnson happens to be Kelly Johnson's son. It's their Little League team, Kelly's son's Little League team, so a special hug for that young man today as Kelly went out on the field.
Kelly could go 4 for 4, hit 4 homers, and walk off with a win, but I guarantee you that's the best feeling he'll have all day today.
Exactly. So Cole gets the autographed ball signed by his father. He's probably going to say, you know, can I trade that in somewhere? Look at him go.
He runs better than his dad, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And he's got the swimmer move in case he decides to slide.
And for Julio Teheran, who's 2-1 on the year, a 4.67 ERA, his 4 keys to success today, as Paul said, turn the heat up. More fastballs they're hoping today from Julio Teheran. And Red Tide, I mean, this guy's been outstanding against the Cincinnati Reds. Last year in particular, he made 2 starts against Cincinnati, went 1-0, and did not allow a run in 14 innings. Only 7 hits allowed to them, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. So hopefully he can continue that good luck against Cincinnati.
And keep the ball in the ballpark. That's something that the Reds have done an awful lot of in this series. Reds have hit 34 homers as a team, and here's their Academy Sports and Outdoors batting order. Off day for Billy Hamilton. That means Skip Schumacher is going to lead off. Zach Cozart is really feasting in the number 2 hole for them. We'll see Brennan Bosch play center field with Brian Pena behind the plate. And of course, Johnny Cueto is on the hill and pitching for the Reds. Atlanta's defense, Nick Markakis will be in right field. Cameron Maybin had a homer yesterday, is in center. Johnny Gomes, a former Red, gets a start. You know, Kelly's in third. Simmons, Peterson, and Freeman around the horn. And Christian Bethancourt is behind the plate. It's another beautiful afternoon for baseball after some chilly weather to start the homestand. It's been absolutely gorgeous the last couple of days in Atlanta. And we hope the same will be true for our series opener with the Phillies. That set begins here tomorrow night. Throw down to second. We're ready for baseball. The Reds and Braves playing game 4 of the series.
Need a split. After splitting the first 2 games, the Reds won last night. They're your umpiring quartet with Sean Barber hauling the balls and strikes, and Bob Davidson. Oh, balk a day, Bob, at first base. Hopefully there won't be any today.
2 guys with great pickoff moves working in this game.
Oh, good point. We'll see what happens.
So Skip Schumacher is ready to go. He's the Reds left fielder, hitting an even 200 for the year. And Teheran's first pitch off the plate. We're underway. 74 degrees. White puffy clouds overhead. And Schumacher, a ground ball left side. Deep short Simmons. Side saddle, scoops and fires, and got him by a step.
One of the nice things watching Andrelton is that he doesn't get in a hurry on plays like this. He was already getting his feet set when he gloved the ball, so that all he had to do was catch it and turn and throw. And with that good arm and as accurate as he is, just in time.
Zach Cozart has had himself a whale of a series. 6 hits, including a homer. If memory serves, Joe, his reputation was glove first, bat second. He's rapidly changed that, I think.
He surprised me. I didn't know he had this kind of power in his bat. He's already hit 3 homers. Excuse me, he's hit 5. Is that right? Did I write that down right?
Yeah, he's got 5 homers.
Wow.
He hit 4 last year in 500 at bats. And Teheran just plunked him on an 0-2 pitch. Cozart got hit, and that one hurt. He has a few words with Christian Bethancourt, and Cozart makes his way very slowly to first base. Now Joey Votto's talking to the Braves catcher too.
For Cozart's reaction, it's very understandable because he's going better than he's ever gone in his career. He's hitting the ball better than ever, and the fear of what might have just happened is kind of takes over. Hopefully he's all right.
Billy Hatcher checked on him at first base. Cozart says he's all right, and he'll stand at first with Joey Votto coming up. Votto off to another great start, as you'd expect. 7 homers, 17 RBIs, and a .322 average. Votto was hurt for most of last year, and when he went down, the Reds just couldn't maintain a terrific pace that they had at the All-Star break. Cincinnati went 25-42 after the All-Star game. Votto played just 62 games.
That would really be adding insult to injury. Here, let me hit you and then I'll pick you off.
One ball, no strikes. Taken low to Votto. It's ball 2.
Cozart's still trying to flex his hand. I don't know if he's trying to get some feeling back in it or if it's just throbbing.
Pop fly foul by Votto. 2 balls and a strike.
Plus he's got that tape on his left wrist. He doesn't have anything on his right wrist, his throwing hand. So maybe there was something there already. Maybe he'd already been hit by a pitch prior to coming to Atlanta.
Isn't that part of the base stealers code, though? You get hit by a pitch, I'm going to try to steal a base.
Yeah. Yeah. If you've got some speed, he's got 2 swipes. Of course, everybody on their team has stolen a base, at least one.
And only one man's been caught trying to steal this year. Votto didn't get it. 2-2. Votto's hitting all 3 games here in Atlanta. 5 for 13 with an RBI. He's got a big hole right side and a 2-2 count working here in the first.
Ooh, right in on him there. Couldn't tell for sure, but it looked like Votto might even be employing a little bit of Freddie Freeman there up off the end of the bat. Choked up just about a half an inch. Yeah, he is. 8 fastballs out of the first 10 thrown by Teheran.
Cozart leads, doesn't go, and a ground ball hit towards second. Peterson to Simmons for 1, and the flip to first, double play. 93-mile-an-hour fastball induces an inning-ending double play. Here come the Braves in the bottom of the first. the Reds at the top of the first. Here come Nick Markakis and the rest of the Braves. We'll look at the Atlanta Academy Sports and Outdoors starting lineup. Freeman, Johnson, Gomes, Peterson, Bethancourt in there as the catcher. Tough assignment. One of the game's best right-handers. One of the game's best pitchers, quite frankly. Johnny Cueto gets the ball for Cincinnati today.
29 years old, 5'11", 220, out of the Dominican Republic. Career against the Braves, 6 starts, 1-2 record, and only 11 runs of support for him in those 6 starts.
Nick Markakis starts things off for the Braves, hitting .306. And a bouncing ball to Phillips. Sunday hop. Number 1.
Cueto's in the low 90s. He can run his fastball up to around 94, but he really only uses that on occasion with a four-seamer to maybe put somebody away upstairs with a fastball. But he uses a cutter, which is very effective to left-handers, as a changeup and a slider. Last year led the National League in strikeouts of 242, led the league in innings pitched and starts.
Andrelton Simmons shoots one the other way, and that's headed for the right field corner. Bruce will dig it out. Simmons has 2. He will stop there. A 1-out double for the Braves shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. As his bat heats up, he moves up in the lineup.
Watch this windup, though, from Cueto. It was different than normal. He kind of, I quick pitched him almost out of his windup, and Anderson was ready. And if there's a chink in the armor for Johnny Cueto, it's first pitches. He likes to get ahead, and the batting average against him on first pitch is higher than any other count, 316.
And you know Freddie Freeman likes to swing the bat early in the count. Let's see what happens here with Simmons at second. And he took low, ball 1.
I've seen guys speed up their delivery out of the stretch, like LaTroy Hawkins has that kind of stretch windup, but that was an actual windup.
Inside, straightened him up. 2 balls, no strikes. Cueto making his 200th big league start today. He's won his last 2 decisions. He's a pending free agent. 2-0. Swing drive, deep right field. Bruce on the run. Back to the infield. That'll bounce off the fence. Simmons had to hold to see if it'd be caught. Now he's around third, and he's going to score without a throw. 1-0 Atlanta. Back-to-back doubles in the first.
Boy, did the ball jump off his bat. And I got to tell you, Chip, watching batting practice today, the ball was jumping in this ballpark. Fastball out over the plate. Freddie gets extended. And here's something interesting that our producer Brian Woodrum told me about this morning. And it has to do with runners in scoring position. We showed you earlier that the Braves have a real high batting average in that situation. But with just a runner at second, Braves are hitting .406 with just a runner at second base.
Wow.
And that was just added to with Freddie's double.
They're hitting .321 overall with runners at second and third this year. So obviously a huge improvement for the Braves in run scoring situations. And Freeman's cashed in the first tally of the day. Kelly Johnson bats. He's knocked in 11 runs. He's 3 hits away from 1,000.
How about getting them all today?
With his son in attendance, that'd be cool. Now Cueto wants time and wants to talk it over with Brian Pena, his catcher.
That was Freddie's first hit ever off Cueto also. He'd been 0 for 7.
Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot. Those are your updated numbers with runners in scoring position. Only team that's done better is San Diego, surprisingly. That ball's hammered toward right center field. Bruce on the run, still going. That ball is gone.
I don't know where Cole's sitting, but I'll bet his buttons are popping off that jersey he's wearing today.
A 2-run homer for Kelly Johnson and a no-doubter.
Only the 4th home run allowed by Cueto this year.
Well, maybe Kelly hurt us. I said if he goes 4 for 4 and hits a home run, that moment at third base before the game started might be the best feeling of the day. But a home run off Johnny Cueto is not too shabby either.
Yeah, he's well on his way.
So 2 hits for the Braves with runners in scoring position so far on the day. And Atlanta's jumped in front 3-0. That sharply hit foul at third by Johnny Gomes.
And they're doing it against a pitcher that's been on fire. He's just been pitching so great. His last 10 starts dating back to last year, 6-3 with a 2.08 ERA and just a 179 average against him. Coming into this game, Chip, he'd thrown 37 innings and allowed only 22 hits and 5 walks. So hardly anybody on base against him.
He's run into a first inning buzzsaw with Simmons, Freeman, and Kelly Johnson. Now a 2-2 for Gomes. And strike 3 over the inside corner. Johnny might have been looking for something else, and he's the first strikeout victim for Cueto. Jace Peterson hits with bases clear.
I thought it was a late call.
Me too.
You know, I thought even if it was a strike, I thought Sean Barber's reaction to it was a little tardy.
Ball 1 to Brave second baseman Jace Peterson. He's hitting .238 and has knocked in 6 runs.
I asked him about that tumble he took the other night when he made that really good catch, over the shoulder catch, and he said it was his hip that he hurt. He said he landed hard on it and it took a little while for that to feel better, and it's still a little sore. I got news for you, lady. That dog does not like that hat. It's embarrassed.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And downstairs it's 2-2. Dogs with bandanas are perfectly fine, right?
I think bandanas are okay.
But,
yeah.
but hats, we draw the line with hats.
Hats, come on.
Ponytails for dogs too. Not too sure about that. Fly ball, well hit again, right center. This one though is gonna take Bosch to the fence. The Braves are teeing off on Johnny Cueto in the first inning. 2 doubles and a 2-run homer for Kelly Johnson. The Furs are flying after 1. Braves 3, Cincinnati nothing. Johnny Cueto. And boy, for a man like Julio Teheran, that lead provided by Kelly Johnson's just what the doctor ordered.
Well,
you hope.
You hope, because his last start,
yeah, true,
against the Nationals, Braves put 2 on the board in the first and 7 on the board in the second, and that didn't turn out so good.
This is a new Julio Teheran, right?
It's a fastball throwing son of a gun.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. At least we hope. The early return's encouraging. A ground out and a double play got him out of the first inning. Now he'll face Frazier Bruce and Brandon Phillips in the Cincinnati second. Didn't mean to swing. That'll help. And Julio got to the bag. Good feed from Freeman quickly. 1 out.
11 pitches in the first inning for Julio, 9 fastballs.
When we heard the stat on how dramatically his fastball usage had dropped, I was surprised. I didn't realize that it was that dramatic a drop off for him. And it's surprising in that he's got a good fastball. Why wouldn't you use it?
Yeah, and I defer to Paul on this. The more you throw that slider and off speed stuff, sometimes the worse it gets, because you've gotten away from your fastball. It's not, you're putting the accent on that instead of your fastball. What do you think, Paul?
Agree with you, Joe. Sometimes when you struggle with that fastball command without even knowing it, you start going to your other pitches in the key situations. And you're right. What has Julio Teheran done so well over the last 2 years? Fastball command. And when he stopped throwing that as much, you lose a little bit of effectiveness.
One more question for you, Paul. First the pitch to Bruce, and that's hit in the air to center. Maben is looking for it, and he's going to find it at the edge of the warning track for the second out. Julio Teheran says his knee is fine. We all got the scare early in the season. Would concern about his knee cause these command and pitch choice questions?
I think so. I mean, I have never had a knee injury, but pitchers talk about it all the time. Even if you have we're high maintenance, right, guys? Even if you have like a big toe injury, or you kind of throws you off. I got hit in the calf one time, didn't think much of it, and for the next month and a half, my delivery suffered because I couldn't stride out as far. So sometimes it's that little tweak, that little thing that goes wrong, and it throws everything else off.
But Freddie Gonzalez has said, and Julio Teheran has maintained, he's 100%. And I promise you, if he wasn't, they wouldn't be putting him on the mound.
They'd know, and they'd be able to see in his delivery and his mechanics if he was favoring it. He keeps denying there's anything wrong.
His fastball's been 92, 93.
That's good to see.
At times. About 50-50 though, balls and strikes in the first inning and 2/3 for Teheran. And he missed badly there. 3-0. Brandon Phillips didn't play in game 1 of this series. He still has 4 hits and 3 RBIs in the set. Had an illness here on Thursday, and he took an inside strike, spun out of the way, thought that was too tight. And he'll let Sean Barber know about that. 3-1 count.
Sherwin-Williams painting the corners. This one must have painted the corner inside. No, but maybe the brush went by it, and flicked it.
Phillips waited to make sure. He thought that pitch might have been better than strike 1.
Well, and this was kind of like the Johnny Gomes pitch. It was like you're waiting for him to react to it, and that pitch was a strike. Julio asked him, was it outside? And Barber said yes.
So a 2-out walk puts Phillips at first, and Brendan Bosch is the batter. One of 4 non-roster players that made the opening day roster for Cincinnati.
I don't mind seeing Billy Hamilton out of the lineup for these guys, even though the Braves have done a good job of kind of containing him. Only 2 for 15 in the series, but does have a homer, and oddly, no stolen bases.
Rolled out of play by Bosch. Brennan's no kid. He just turned 30 years old. He's out of Los Angeles. And by no kid, he's had some time in the big leagues. First got to the show in 2010 with the Tigers. Last year got in 27 games with the Angels. Phillips has a good lead at first. Braves up 3-0 in the top of the second. That got Bethancourt on the way by. A ball and 2 strikes. Bosch graduated from Harvard Westlake High School in Studio City, California. Same high school that Josh Satin played for. Remember Josh?
The Mets.
Outfielder, first baseman. One, 2. Breaking ball hammered into right field. That'll be played on a hop or 2 by Markakis. It's off the end of his glove. And Phillips will make his way to third base. We'll see how that's scored. Markakis had a long errorless streak defensively working.
I think he was already going to third. I don't know that you could charge him an error for that because Phillips was already rounding the bag. They fooled Bosch on the pitch before and tried it again, and this time he got a better piece of it.
So far a hit all the way. Markakis 349 straight errorless games in the outfield. Here's Brian Pena, first and third for the Reds, and that's a ball low. The record for consecutive errorless games by an outfielder is 392. It was done by Darren Lewis over a 4-year period. That bounced up and got Pena. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that was a kind of foul ball that he's used to getting when he's catching. He just didn't want one while he was hitting.
Frankly, it's one you don't want anytime.
Yeah, come to think of it.
1-1 with the aptly named Brian Pena. Pitch. There's good fastball. Caught the corner. 1-2. Happy for Brian. He's getting a chance to play virtually every day for the Reds. Unfortunately for Cincinnati, one of the game's real good offensive catchers, Devin Mesoraco, is sidelined with an impingement in his hip. A problem that's so difficult for him. He cannot squat. And if you're a catcher and you can't squat, got problems.
That is a big issue.
And the way the Reds are constructed, there's nowhere else for him to get at bats. Not with Votto at first and Bruce in right. 1-2 count. There's some talk that he may have to have surgery, but the concern there is they don't know how catchers would respond to that kind of rehab and surgery. That's a shame. 20 home run hitting catcher, sideline. 2-2 pitch. Just low. Teheran thought that was good enough for strike 3. Bethancourt's letting Barber hear about it too.
Yeah. It just can't get any better than that. Down and in on the corner. Bottom of the zone on that edge.
Runner at first goes, and Pena bounced it out of play.
You've had some struggles your last couple of 3 starts like Julio has, and you get into a little spot like this and you make a good pitch and you don't get the call. Man, is that frustrating.
Yeah, it rains it pours category. Let's see if he can pitch around it. Phillips at third. Bosch at first. He'll be running with a full count. Pitch. Fly ball center right at Maben. He'll retreat and he'll make the grab. The Reds strand a pair in the second. Braves maintain a 3-0 lead. They got a big shutdown inning.
But I mentioned that quick pitch by Cueto. Now watch him on this windup. Steps back, and then it's just a real quick slide step to the plate. You'll see it again here on this side angle. No leg kick whatsoever later in the inning, and you'll see in this inning times where he kind of does a Louis Tiant, where he turns his back to the hitter before he delivers to the plate.
That's got to be awfully difficult for a hitter who relies on timing to have any kind of success against this
Absolutely.
man.
But what impressed me was that Anderson was ready to see the ball out of his hand no matter how he got it there.
Would that be something you pick up on a video scouting service?
Could be. Yeah. Could be, to be given a heads up on that.
3 in the first for the Braves, a pair of doubles and a Kelly Johnson homer. And now Christian Bethancourt, Cameron Maben, and Julio Teheran are coming up. That ball smacked down the third baseline by Bethancourt on the first pitch. He's around first on his way to second. The throw is off target. And Christian Bethancourt, trying to snap out of a 1-for-19 slide, has the third Atlanta double of the game.
Like a breaking ball, high slider maybe, that just was tumbling up there, and Christian broke his bat on it. Hit it hard down the line. Good start for his day too.
Cueto might want to try something different on the first pitch.
Yeah.
He's already allowed 4 hits. He gave up 3 hits in 8 innings in his last outing against Milwaukee. Cameron Maben, his average up to 209. Another homer for the Braves yesterday. He's hit 4 of them. Two balls, 1 strike.
One of the things that stats nobody keeps track of are times where you get in these situations where you want to get that guy over to third base. The Braves have been so good with their sacrifice bunts, their sacrifice flies. We've talked about their hitting with runners in scoring position. This is one of those same types of areas. And that was a little bit of a long swing there from Cameron, who's been trying to shorten up his stroke a little bit. And in some cases, it's really paying off for him with 4 homers.
Cueto's got a full count. Warm day in Atlanta, 74 degrees. Breeze blowing toward the left field corner, but Johnny's got the long sleeves on. Baggy road gray uniform for the Reds.
You just figure Cameron's going to get a good pitch to hit here. He's going to get a strike to hit. I'll put it that way. He's only walked 5 in 38 innings.
That's off the plate, ball 4. Pena held it there, and Cueto wants to know where that was. So both sides having a few issues with Sean Barber's strike zone. 2 on, nobody out. And a bunt chance for Tehran.
So that works real well in this situation by him walking, or I don't think he was pitching around Cameron, but by walking him, he gives Tehran a chance to bunt, and Julio's a good bunter.
And he laid that one down perfectly. A perfect sacrifice for Tehran. That's his 4th already this year, and it's set up nicely.
And a team high. Slipped a little bit coming out of the box, but did not interfere with Pena.
I was going to say, the ball had backspin on it, and so did the batter.
Braves now first in the National League in that category. This is great. Infield back. Chance for Markakis, who puts the ball in play just to get an RBI by doing just that.
Too high, 1 ball, no strikes. Nick's done a nice job out of the leadoff spot for the Braves. He's the 4th man to hit in the inning, and strike. Bethancourt started the inning with a double. Maben walked. Most men were sacrificed by Tehran. Now a 1-1 pitch. He didn't mean to. Jerry Lane rings him up. A ball and 2 strikes.
That might have been the cutter. Reacted to what he thought was a fastball, and then it was biting in on him.
Sharply hit. Phillips plays it on a short hop, and they've got Maben and company to run down, and then Phillips took too long to make his decision. Bethancourt broke to the plate, then broke back. Maben was 25-30 feet off the second base bag. Phillips looked there, and by the time he said go to first, Markakis was safely aboard. That was weird.
The guy he had hung up was Maben. If he goes to second base, they've got him in a rundown, but that wasn't enough for Brandon. He wanted the guy at third. A rare mistake by Brandon Phillips, a Gold Glover, multiple Gold Glove winner.
So now they're loaded with 1 out. And Andrelton Simmons went after that first pitch again and didn't get it. Little bloop over first, but Votto tracks it down. Another 3 feet. That would have been golden for Andrelton Simmons. Instead, it's out number 2. Cueto not out of the woods yet. He's got to face Freeman. Base is still full. 2 outs now. And believe it or not, this is Freddie Freeman's first at bat this year with the bases loaded.
Is it really?
Yep. First pitch, fouled away, strike one.
Remember the double he hit was on a ball out away from him. Got those long arms extended. That pitch at 94 was right in on him. Tied him up. One in there again. I thought. Nice deke by Brian Pena. It's almost like he forgot what location he gave.
95 was the great equalizer. Now it's 0-2. Base is still loaded. 2 outs. 3-0 Atlanta. Braves had him second and third. 1 out in the inning. Fly ball center. Bosch is going to have room at the edge of the track. And now a step onto the warning track. And that retires the side. Great chance for the Braves to add to a lead. They couldn't do it. It's 3-0 going to the third. By 2 or more Kroger 4-game plans that include that May 20th game against the Tampa Bay Rays. This exclusive pregame VIP meet and greet offer is limited to the first 100, so act now. Go to Braves.com/4game today. By the way, Tampa Bay Rays are the season's great stories to start the year. They're only 2 games out of first place. New GM, new manager. Same old Tampa Bay Rays, somehow, some way competing in the American League East. They trail the Yankees, who paced that division with a 15-9 record.
Yeah, it seemed like they dealt away a lot of people, lost their manager, but they still have Evan Longoria, and that's a good start for any ball club.
Let's see how Tehran does with his opposing pitcher, Johnny Cueto, starting the third. Cueto 1 for 9 as a hitter this year. Before we took air today, Joe and I were talking about Johnny Cueto and where you would rank him among right-handed starting pitchers in the National League. As this ball is slowly hit to the right side, Peterson all day as Cueto jogs to first. Who's better than Johnny Cueto? You have to pick any right-handed starter in our league. Who do you take ahead of this guy?
There just aren't many guys right-handed. Adam Wainwright comes to mind, came to mind for you right away. Zach Greinke. This was like we were using last year's numbers as the barometer. We hadn't included Scherzer. Jose Fernandez is hurt, so on and so forth. So we're kind of basing it on 2014, and he's in a select group of guys, right-handed pitchers in the National League, in terms of who you'd pick. I'd have him near the top of my list.
And if you're even a knowledgeable baseball fan, you might forget this man won 20 games last year for the Reds.
Yeah, 20-9 with a 2.25 ERA, and led the league in strikeouts.
And it was almost 50 years since a Cincinnati Reds right-hander won 20 games in a season. Last man to do it was Sammy Ellis in 1965 to win 20 games for the Reds as a right-handed pitcher. So I'm with you. He's not had a good start today, but Johnny Cueto's an amazingly talented man. 1-2 for Schumacher, and he's down on strikes. Brown's got his first strikeout today. Let's see what Schumacher got.
Like a fastball, maybe a two-seamer that ran a little bit, or excuse me, tailed a little bit away from the end of his bat.
Let's see how Cozart grips the bat. Remember, Teheran hit him with an 0-2 pitch. And Cozart was doing a lot of flexing with that hand. And I believe it was his bottom hand, left hand. Do you have any extra wrapping on? Just the black tape that he started the game with, right? Hold still, Zach.
I believe so.
One ball, two strikes. Ground ball to short. Anderson scoops it up and throws him out. Teheran is rolling merrily along. He leads by 3.
Happens to be Kelly Johnson's son. A special hug for that young man today as Kelly went out on the field.
Kelly could go 4 for 4, hit 4 homers, and walk off with a win. But I guarantee you, that's the best feeling he'll have all day today.
Exactly.
That ball's hammered toward right center field. Bruce on the run, still going. That ball is gone.
I don't know where Cole's sitting, but I'll bet his buttons are popping off that jersey he's wearing today.
What a day so far for Kelly Johnson. And the Braves, who lead Johnny Cueto 3-0. Kelly leads off the home third, followed by Gomes and Peterson. Kelly 2 hits away from 1,000 now. His 5th homer. Capped a 3-run first. First time Cueto given up 3 runs in the opening innings since last July. Letter high strike. It's 2-1. There's that Tiant turn.
He's from San Pedro de Macorís, Dominican Republic. Apparently the day he went out and started playing baseball, they had plenty of shortstops, so they made him pitch.
Another shot deep to the outfield. Bosch going back, still going, and about 390 feet away makes the grab.
Man. Remember, that's what Freddie did to make the last out last inning.
1 man down. The Reds got Johnny Cueto as an undrafted free agent from the Dominican Republic. Johnny Almaraz signed him. Johnny used to be with the Braves. And Cueto has been a great find for the Reds. Gomes unloads on the first pitch. That ball is going to go. The Braves are all over Johnny Cueto early in the count today. It's a 4-run game.
Chip, I told you about batting practice today, and I know you were down there too. No one was squaring up as many balls as number 7. Everything he hit was right on the barrel, and I mean smoked all morning long in batting practice, just like that drive.
So the Braves giving the Reds a taste of their own medicine in this series. That's 2 homers today. 5 hits for Atlanta. 3 of them have come on the first pitch from Cueto. Peterson pops it up. Cozart ranges to the outfield. The Reds shortstop is there. 2 down. Braves have Cueto scouted very well. Get early strikes, don't miss them. They haven't. 4 runs on 5 hits. And here's Bethancourt. He doubled in his first time up.
How short this swing is, Chip. Maybe a bit of a hanger inside. Top hand doesn't come off the bat. It's a short follow through. Very powerful.
Cozart at short, double clutch, and Bethancourt beats it out. Cozart had a long way to run, got to it, little bobble, that might have cost him 2, and Bethancourt is 2 for 2.
See, that's why you run hard. It's not that far, it's 90 feet. You run hard every time, and sometimes things like this happen that you don't expect from a good infielder who just had that one hesitation, couldn't get it out of his glove, and that was a difference. If you loaf down the line, you don't get a hit. So good hustle for Christian and everybody. You could hear guys in the dugout telling him to go. Good stuff.
6 Braves hits now, and Cameron Maybin is the batter. He walked his last time up. You watch that swing of Johnny Gomes. That was a flashback to my childhood. That swing looked like Bob Horner to me.
Did it?
Just that.
Just the hands
boom,
and wrists, yeah.
Just out.
Cueto last year missed some time with a strained lat. He only made 11 starts. But again, the year before that, 2012, he was 19-9. Led the league in starts, had a 2.78 ERA. Braves are teeing off on a really good pitcher.
Well, if Max Scherzer got what Max Scherzer got from Washington, what's this guy going to get if he goes to free agency?
Something just shy of Floyd Mayweather.
That's a little bounding ball foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last 2-homer game came against Milwaukee. Game in Cincinnati, a notorious hitter's park. And with the warm weather in Atlanta, the ball's jumping at Turner Field today. That will end the inning. Johnny Gomes, short stroke, long drive, and a great result. His third home run makes it a 4-run Atlanta lead after 3.
Tire drill. Ball, 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 ball. No. Let's go hit the cow. Yeah. Like archery right there. Archery. What a BP, my goodness. What a BP.
Who has more fun?
There's never a dull moment with him, is there?
No, he loves being in that uniform. He loves the game. He loves to play. Loves his teammates. What a great addition to this ball club.
Joey Votto leads off for the Reds. He hit into a double play his first time up. When you're around really great people in the game, they tell you who the other really good guys are. And before this series started, Reds Hall of Fame broadcaster Marty Brennaman was down on the field talking to his club and some of the Braves before the start of the series. And up walked Johnny Gomes. And the first thing Marty said to him was hello, you know what, wherever you go, your team wins. And I thought that was a really telling comment from a man who's seen just about everything you can see in Major League Baseball. Those guys know who the winning players are.
Yeah. And for a guy like Johnny, and there are others, but not many, that they demand your best every day as a teammate. I'm going to give you all I got. No reason for you not to do the same.
1-2 pitch to Votto. And it missed inside. For those of you who didn't get to attend the Braves leadoff luncheon, an example of that, Don Sutton was moderating the veterans panel. Brzezinski and Grilli. Johnny Gomes was on the dais with Don, and he asked how these young players responded to you guys, new faces, and the way you go about your business. And I thought Johnny had the perfect answer that encapsulated the dramatic culture shift that's taken place in that clubhouse. Johnny's response to Don's question was, the rookies have no choice. The young players have no choice, or they'll have to answer to him.
Do things the right way. Don't start making stuff up. And doesn't matter what you did before or how you did it in the minor leagues. This is the way it'll be done here.
Full count to Joey Votto leading off the 4th for the Reds. And Julio lost him. Leadoff walk. That's the first leadoff man that's reached for Cincinnati. And now Todd Frazier will be the hitter. This is as potent a duo in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, Votto threw 24 games, 3rd in the league in homers. Todd Frazier tied for 1st in the National League. You can see the slugging percentage and the home run every 11 at bats for Todd Frazier. You know, that's what surprised me. His first time up, get that check swing to Freddie Freeman. Usually even his check swings and one-handed swings are hit hard.
He's Votto. It's already a much better year than 2014. Last season, 62 games, he hit 6 homers. He's already got 7 home runs for the Reds this season. And a short lead for him at first. 1-0 count. And the ball spun in there. Even it up.
Boy, that was a beauty. Didn't try to overthrow that curveball. He had Frazier ducking out of the way, and then Frazier knew that he was sunk, so he was trying to duck the strike. That didn't help.
Little flinch there for Joey Votto, but he made it back to the bag safely. So far, Bob Davidson at first has been on his best behavior. And the 1-1. Fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, congratulations on your horse, Macedonian Pharaoh, winning the Kentucky Derby.
Somehow that horse overcame my good fortune to win yesterday. That was a great race.
It was.
A great race. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Frazier didn't get it. That ball exploded. That was a 94-mile-an-hour pitch.
Now, do you think that curveball didn't have some effect on that pitch? Curveball that buckled his knees earlier, now a fastball away. So he, look at it, he was already kind of flying open. His wallet was headed to the dugout trying to reach it.
So Julio's second strikeout brings Jay Bruce to the plate. He flied to center his only time up. A strike. Braves are home with the Phillies tomorrow night. Cincinnati travels to Pittsburgh. They'll have an off day tomorrow. Then they've got the Pirates, and next weekend they're in Chicago for the White Sox in interleague play.
The Reds going to Chicago to play the White Sox. Their 4th will be one of 4 trips to Chicago this year. It's kind of like the Braves when they had to play the Yankees one year.
I still keep hoping we'll get that Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox interleague matchup where we can just stay for a week.
Oh, mercy.
Good point.
Yeah.
Then again, maybe that's not such a good idea. 1-1 pitch. He went around. Snap throw to first, and Votto is safely back.
You need to have the credit cards cleared by the time you leave for that week-long trip.
That's a good point. Well, I've got the restaurant covered, if that helps.
Okay, yeah. Good call.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And off the plate. Speaking of the Phillies, they're in Miami. Marlins are winning again. They're up 2-1 are the Fish down in Florida. Marlins are back at 500. Won 9 of their last 10 games.
Yeah, 4 in a row.
Cozart's pitching for Miami today. 2-2 for Bruce.
You know, I think I underestimated the Phillies when the Braves went in there because the Phillies had lost 6 in a row. Now all of a sudden the Phillies have lost 5 in a row. Coming to town tomorrow, I think I was snake bit before. I'm not going to get overly excited about that yet.
Full count pitch now for Bruce. Runner holds, pitch, caught on and missed. He struck him out. That was 92 and sinking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Teheran, who's looking more like himself.
Yeah, a 94 four-seamer to Frazier. Looked like a 92 two-seamer there that really had some sinking action to it. That is just an awesome pitch, but yet another fastball. So good results so far today, throwing more heaters.
Brandon Phillips, the batter, he walked in inning number 2. Phillies have not announced their pitching rotation for the upcoming series. We know David Buchanan, Georgia State product, was sent back to the minor leagues a couple of days ago. And Chad Billingsley, remember him from the Dodgers? He's been pitching for the Phillies. He may get the start on Tuesday, as he's trying to come back from Tommy John surgery. If that's the case, Billingsley might pitch against Shelby Miller here Tuesday night. And fouled back by Phillips, even count. Washington leads the Mets. That's 1-0 in the 6th inning. Doug Fister, Dylan G. G tried to set a record today. If he pitches 5 innings, that would be 51 consecutive times he's done that, and that would pass Dwight Gooden for the most in Mets history. And that's too tight. 2 balls and a strike. Washington won 1-0 yesterday.
That's some tight games.
They're 16-2 against the Mets in the last 18 games in New York.
Wow. In New York?
In New York.
Wow.
The Nationals are starting to get healthy. They're now only 3 games under 500.
Yes, he did.
But they have to be concerned about Rendon. He was supposed to play in rehab yesterday. He didn't.
Got scratched again, didn't he?
Sides causing him some problems now.
Sorry, Brandon, you did.
Swing and a miss. His fastball is electric today. He just struck out 3 in a row after a leadoff walk, and Teheran leads by 4 in the 4th.
Ice water over here. I've got a pit bull above me, and then I got 2 dogs that I'm told are nice, but they're muzzled, so I'm a little nervous. That's okay. Here we go. How you doing there? Okay. I'm going to go to the dog down here, and what do we have here?
We have Lily right here.
And Lily is a
mix.
A mix rescue dog. I love it. Hey, Lily. She's getting a little nervous. I'm going to go for the pet. Lily, do you like being at the park? A little quiet there. And what is your name?
Abby.
And Abby, how long have you owned Lily?
Since August.
Oh, we got some growls going on here. Okay. A little nervous. Hey, I'm up in the section with the gamers here. We got, tack dogs, some barkers. I went ahead and tried to get some info. It's great that you rescued a dog here. Fantastic. We got also melanoma awareness. Freddie Freeman, you can see the sleeves. Guys, I need to start working out because they sent me a small. I don't know what that means. But TV's supposed to make you look bigger. Apparently it didn't. So next time, maybe a medium. A medium. Send me a medium. It's a wound, but I'll work through it. That's okay. Hey, regardless, great things going on at the park today. A lot of fun. And how about the Braves scoring some runs? We may have to bring these dogs back if we go through a dry spell.
Paul, I think you're going to have better luck if you try to interview a bird dog.
Last question here. I have trouble holding it for 9 innings at the park myself. What's the plan here with Lily? Is she going to make it?
I don't know. I think she might have it under control.
What kind of plans you got if it's not successful?
Let's see.
There we go, guys. I may even borrow one of those in case I have an accident right there. So we'll see. Great game today. Everybody having fun. Beautiful weather. Back to you guys.
All right, Paul. Great job. Everybody's having fun except Zach Cozart. He's been hit by a pitch, and that ground ball took a bite out of his hand, and he may have to come out of the game.
Yeah, it's got a little blood on it there. May have gotten the fingernail. Oh, yeah, got it right off the end of the finger. Oh, boy. Ready to glove it with 2 hands, but the ball came up on him.
Yeah, the left hand and now the right hand for Cozart. Might have to have somebody spoon feed him on the charter up to Pittsburgh. That's a shame. So Tehran reaches on the error at shortstop. And Chris Negron is going to take over at short.
Tough day for Cozart. I was going to ask Paul if he ran into Lynn Barker up there anywhere.
So Julio hits to run the bases here in the 4th inning, and we go to the top of Nick Markakis. 3 in the first for the Braves. A Freeman RBI double, a Kelly Johnson 2-run homer. Johnny Gomes launched one into the seats in left with 1 out in the 3rd. Julio has allowed the Reds 1 hit through 4 innings today. A strike.
Darren Ruff will be in town tomorrow.
One ball, 1 strike. That's down the right field line, and it'll bounce toward the seats. Nice catch. Braves fans have good paws on Bark in the Park Day. And now a 1-2 pitch for the Braves right fielder Nick Markakis. And strike 3 called outside corner. That might be the best sequence Cueto's had all day today. 1 on, 1 out. It's his 2nd strikeout.
First since the 1st inning.
Anderson Simmons. Astros are winning again. Are they ever going to lose? Houston's up 3-0 over Seattle. As this ball's bounced up the middle, Negron, tricky hop, nice play. Phillips the turn, and in time, what a double play. Finish up that story on the red hot Houston Astros. Braves enjoying a beautiful day, up 4-zip. The Braves desire for him to throw more fastballs today. Has he done so in his first 4 innings?
Yeah, especially through the first 3 he did. 3 out of every 4 was a fastball. The 4th inning not as many, but remember he used that breaking ball to set up Todd Frazier and got 3 strikeouts, and they were all on fastballs.
And he's had a good one. I mean, it's been up to 94 miles an hour. Hey, that dog's got Freeman sleeves on. Did you see that?
No, I missed that. Oh, nice. Yeah.
He's like, I want to.
Kinda.
Either that or that dog got in some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, good looking pup.
Yeah. Brendan Bosch leads off the 5th for the Reds. And a strike. That is bounced foul. There's Billy Hatcher. Game's good guys. And it's in the seats.
The only hit of the game was a breaking ball to this guy, and they keep throwing him breaking balls.
Didn't get a breaking ball that time.
No, but you see where Christian had the target. Boy, Julio is on today. He fired it up in the zone and off the plate a little bit, right at the target. It's a high target right there.
Julio struck out 4 men, and 5 of the last 6 outs have been strikeouts. And there's your AT&T Uverse trivia question. He tries for his 32nd win today before turning age 25. Among active pitchers, who has the most wins before age 25?
God, haven't we had that on a graphic? Shouldn't we know that?
Jeremy Guthrie comes to mind.
But he and Shelby Miller with wins and strikeouts. Oh, God, we're stupid. Oh, well, sorry. You're stupid.
We know that. 2-0 pitch popped up. Bethencourt behind the plate near the screen. Will he have a play? No, it's just out of reach. 2 balls and a strike. All right, let's think of guys that have come up as young pitchers. Felix Hernandez, Clayton Kershaw, Tim Lincecum. And he didn't get it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steven Strasburg. Strike 3 inside corner, and Pena knew it. Toronto struck out 5 in a row.
All fastballs, I think. Yep. Brian was trying to sell that by jackknifing out of the way. It didn't help.
Nice job by Bethencourt to frame that one, too. You saw him bring it back ever so slightly at the last instant. Made a pitch that was a strike look maybe a little bit more convincing. As Cueto bats, he's 0 for 1. Braves have given Julio an early lead. He has not had much trouble at all today. And he is pitching with an awful lot of confidence and success. Just 1 hit. And back our way foul. That's into the upper deck.
Cueto somehow waved a magic wand to get a piece of that one. Slow breaking ball.
Yeah, you see him smiling at Bethencourt. Why'd you call that? Might get the express here, though. 0-2. Ball foul again.
Feeling kind of proud of himself now.
Fought off a breaking ball. Throw to first, and Cueto legs out an infield hit. That is a big league at bat for an athlete.
Yeah, he should feel very proud of himself now. He might be completely out of gas, but he got a base hit.
You got to get the trivia question right. It's driving me crazy. Think about most wins for 25 and under.
So it's an active guy.
Yep. Jared Weaver.
I think he's older.
Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Skip Schumacher, a former Cardinal. Play just about any place on the infield or the outfield for that matter. Good player in St. Louis.
Yep.
And that Walt Jocketty, I'm sure, knew well from his days as the Cardinals' top man.
Okay, I got a clarification. It is a player who could be 27, 28 years old, but had the most wins before age 25 among active guys.
So it's not someone 25 now.
Yes.
Okay. Necessarily. Ground ball to short. Simmons to a knee. Handled the tricky hop. And an easy play forces Cueto at the second base bag. Halfway through in Atlanta, it's all Braves. 4-zip your score. Why the long face? He must be a Reds fan. 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
It's too early in the season for the dog days.
Freddie Freeman got the day off to a great start for the Braves. Back-to-back doubles by Simmons and Freeman played at the game's first run. Kelly Johnson followed with a homer, and Julio Teheran has pitched splendidly with 6 strikeouts and only 2 hits. And high and tight. The Braves' first baseman, 1 ball, no strikes.
And Julio's 6 strikeouts, a season high.
This one flipped toward left, and it's going to drop for a base hit. So Freeman has a 2-hit ball game, and Kelly Johnson's coming up. He's our T-Mobile game changer.
Well, he's already changed the game today with a 2-run homer. But look at this, last 7 games with runners in scoring position, a .500 average, a huge slugging percentage with damage, doubles, homers, RBIs, and batting cleanup because of it.
Kelly 2 hits away from 1,000. Strokes that one out of play. Up by where the dogs are. Be careful. If there's a Labrador Retriever up there, we might have a problem.
I think that's who got it.
Way high, even count. Cardinals and Pirates are scoreless in the 4th inning. That game's in St. Louis. Redbirds won 2-1 over Pittsburgh yesterday. Cardinals have won 5 straight games. Later on, Arizona visits the Dodgers. Colorado's in San Diego in the National League games. Interleague play. Angels face the Giants. Pitch popped up. Chris Negron is under it. Remember, he took over for Cozart, who injured himself. And Kelly Johnson's the first out of the inning. One on, one out. Here's Johnny Gomes. I mentioned his home run swing because of its short, compact nature. Reminded me of Bob Horner. A fan said that his home run recoil reminded him of Dante Bichette.
Dante's backswing used to be almost as hard as his regular swing.
And out of play. Well, whoever's swing it looked like, it was a similar result, and that ball got out of here in a big hurry. It was a bolt. Sharply hit toward Frazier. Oh, what a pickup. And Phillips will turn it. That was some kind of stab at the hot corner by Todd Frazier. And the Braves are out of luck in the 5th inning. 4-0 Atlanta. perform after the game Sunday, May 24th. A free concert for all in attendance. Limited VIP field passes are available for the show. They're just $20. Act fast by visiting Braves.com/concerts today. Reds will be on the road after the game. We will be on the road Thursday as we make our way to Washington. Macone's probably out shopping for groceries for the team charter flight. And we always appreciate our friends at Delta Airlines, proud sponsors of the Atlanta Braves. A couple of homers for the Braves, but that's not the story today. The man on the mound for Atlanta is today's headline, at least for me. Julio Teheran has looked great. 2-hit shutout ball, lots of fastballs, lots of strikeouts.
He looks like Julio Teheran.
And Christopher Negron is the hitter and fouls one straight back. Zach Cozart was hit by a pitch in the first inning, then took a ground ball off his right hand and had to leave the game for Cincinnati.
Tough day for a guy who's been swinging the bat really well, Cozart.
Little pop, deep short. Simmons slowing, and he's got it for the first out. Here's Joey Votto. He's hit to a double play and has walked. Wanted to finish that story about the Houston Astros. That's got to be one of the best stories in Major League Baseball. They're 17-7. They've won 9 straight. They're 10-2 on the road. They're up 5-1 at home against Seattle.
They've got it working. Nice to see a club that, I know they had high expectations for improvement this year, but I don't know if they were expecting this. So good for them.
Evan Gattis is starting to hit for him now. They've got Jose Altuve doing what he does again at the top of the batting order. Pint-sized second baseman for the Astros. Already 39 hits coming in today's play, and a .371 batting average, second in the American League. Ball and 2 strikes for Votto. Bases empty. 1 out for the Reds. And in the air to center field. That'll get down for a hit.
Well, Votto was able to do something not too many guys have been able to do today, and that is square up that fastball in. This was 92, but ran back out over the plate. I didn't see that. I thought it was inside. His first hit he's allowed on a fastball.
And only the 3rd overall today for Teheran. Here's Frazier. He's had a couple of check swings today.
He's had a tough time. Check swing, ground out. Looked bad on the strikeout, something you rarely see happen to him. And then another check swing.
Oh, 2.
Again last year against the Reds, Julio in 2 starts, 14 innings, no runs allowed. No runs allowed through 5 today.
That's cranked down the left field line, foul. And Frazier is still alive. Adam off stride with a breaking ball, and Frazier pops it up left side, and that is the second out of the inning.
Off stride on the off speed pitch.
The oldest saying in baseball, hitting is timing, pitching is the art of destroying a hitter's timing.
Yeah, you saw him just hit one, I think, in the club level foul off a fastball. Came back with something off that had him off stride, and that's the best he could do because he had the bat way out front.
Jay Bruce is up, and he takes a strike.
But the reason for that is a fastball. They've got to respect the fastball today, something hitters in other games, the last 3 starts coming into today, have not done against Julio. Before that pitch, he was at 66% fastballs today, 2 out of every 3.
Last 2 starts, roughly 50-50 fastballs and other pitches. He's thrown him more, and he's had outstanding results to this point. 1-2 count. Now 2-2.
Seamer in.
Votto will get a head start at first base. Counts run full to Jay Bruce.
3-2.
There goes the runner, and the pitch is a bouncing ball foul. Let's check out our Coors Light cold hard facts today.
For the pitching staff, compared to 2014, this time last year they were first in ERA, first in opponent average against them. Nowhere close to that this year. Home runs allowed, fewest to 4th most. So as you look at those numbers, you realize that the pitching staff is the one that's been scuffling lately, not the offense. And it's certainly scuffled a whole lot more than I and a lot of other people thought would happen. Thought that was the strength of the ball club, especially the starting pitching.
Yeah, we said that pretty much all spring long. We felt very confident about the bullpen, and it was before the Kimbrel trade, and even after the Kimbrel trade. Would they score enough runs?
Yeah, and they have.
Yeah. They've got 4 today. Trying to take care of Bruce and send this to the home 6th. Again, had him off stride. It's popped up. Kelly Johnson in fair territory. Simmons is there if he needs help. He's got it. And Teheran's through 6 with a 3-hit shutout.
Play. How about Kelly Johnson's son, Cole, his oldest boy, getting to run the bases today? And here's how you know when you're a good father. It's when your son wants your autograph out on the field. Absolute. As a former player with Kelly Johnson, a teammate of mine, I happen to sneak up in the family section here and find his wife, Lauren, and their middle son. Who do we got here?
This is Grant. He is 4.
Grant working on the blue snow cone, enjoying himself here today. Hey, Grant, do you like it better when your dad hits home runs or makes a great play in the field?
On the field.
Whoa, he's going defense here. Okay, as a pitcher, I appreciate that. But also, I'm a former player. You see a little base hit there by Peterson. A former player that played in Atlanta and then left and then came back to Atlanta. I live here. I love it. I'm assuming you guys are the same way. Welcome back. Are you excited?
Thank you so much. We're very happy to be back. I'm from here. I grew up at South Forsyth, and I went to Georgia Tech, and we're ecstatic. We love it. Yeah.
So you're home. Well, I got to ask you, there's perks about playing where you live, but there's also some not so good things. What are the cons?
There's not a lot, but we get asked for a lot of tickets.
I knew that was coming, guys, and unfortunately, as players, they don't get any more tickets, so it's a tough ask. So if you're friends with the Johnson family, stop asking. But hey, welcome back. Great to see you guys here. Yeah, and man, almost 10 years in the big leagues coming up. Big home run today. We'll see what happens. Back to you guys.
All right, Paul, thanks. It's great to see Lauren. You know, the thing about this job, we're fortunate enough to see so many young kids come up, and we concentrate so much on the baseball side of it. We see them get to the big leagues. As Joe has said so many times, it's much harder to stay than it is to get here. And I can't imagine how hard it is to get here in the first place. But to see these guys grow up as baseball players and then as people is so rewarding. I mean, we've talked so much, Joe, about the baby Braves. I remember helping Jeff Francoeur tie a tie for the first time because some of these kids didn't know how to do that stuff, and now they're married, they have children of their own. And to see Kelly Johnson, just another one of those players who was always a terrific young man, but see him as a devoted husband,
grow up,
great father, grow up, and now get to come home and play again is really so rewarding to see from our vantage point. That's a balk. Bob Davidson got him. Bob Davidson was just itching to call a balk, and he got Johnny Cueto, who had a couple of balks, I believe, in his last outing. Peterson at second.
Just kind of jumped. He didn't step like you have to. But especially rewarding, Chip, when you get classy people come back like Kelly and Lauren. But you're right, watching the Johnsons, watching the Langerhans, the McCanns, the Francoeurs all get married while they were here, start their families. It's a great thing.
Maven hits, runner at second, and upstairs, ball one.
Going through that now when we see over the offseason Freddie Freeman and Chris Johnson got married. It's like maybe Julio's day's over. Callaspo on deck.
1 ball, no strikes. And Paul Bird was telling Woody, producer, that Kyle Davies introduced Kelly and Lauren.
Is that right? Huh.
She's a lovely lady, a terrific gal, even though she went to Georgia Tech.
I knew that it was coming.
Had to get it in somehow. Well, welcome back. It's one of the highlights so far of the year. 2 balls, no strikes. And Maven didn't get it. It's 2-1.
Here's that runner at second situation again. Braves have had a couple of knocks in that situation today already, hitting over 400.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Cameron Maybin, who's walked and flied out. And again, back to the screen, foul. Still a ways to go in this ball game, but the early inning and mid inning results are certainly in the Braves' favor for this ball club. This has to be a tremendous confidence boost to know how well they have swung the bat against one of the game's best pitchers, and also to know that Julio Teheran looks to be back on the beam. That's exactly what Fredi Gonzalez was hoping would happen today. You said the team needed a split. This is what had to happen.
It was, and as important as they needed Julio to be the ace again, and he's done that. He's established that today, and for that, then you go into the Phillies series feeling good with Wood and Miller, your number 2 and 3 guys, theoretically on the way they started the season, following Julio. So hopefully good things to come too.
That stroked into center field. Here comes Peterson around third. He's going to be waved home, and the Braves again work their magic with a man at second base. Good at bat for Cameron Maybin. And another Brave squares one up. Give Maybin his 9th RBI, the single, the balk, and a base hit extends the Atlanta lead.
Yeah, the balk really played a big role here, but a fastball at the knees down the middle. And Cameron had a good at bat. He got ahead in the count, maybe overswung a little bit on the 2-0 pitch, but squared that one up. And 9 hits today and 5 runs off Johnny Cueto.
He'd given up 8 earned runs all year coming into today's game.
Cameron's 5 for his last 8 with a walk and a home run last night.
That's foul off the bat of Alberto Callaspo. 6 innings of 3 hit shutout ball for Teheran. Now Braves bench is in play, and boy have they been good. Braves already have 10 pinch hits in 33 tries this year and a couple of homers. They had 2 pinch hit homers all season last year. This ball served out to Negron. Phillips had to avoid the hard charging Maybin, and he turns the double play to end the inning. A run on 2 hits. We head to the 7th. Braves bullpen's in play, and they enjoy a 5-run advantage.
Courtesy of SunTrust Bank, and it goes to Julio Teheran and his work today. Coming back from about 3 rough starts, he has been back to his old self. Struck out 6 batters, including 5 in a row at one point, all on fastballs. You're seeing a ton of fastballs today, which is something Roger McDowell wanted him to do. Christian Bethancourt wanted him to be more aggressive. And boy, he's been that today. 6 innings, a 3-hit shutout ball.
And he got an early lead and could pump fastball after fastball at these Reds. So now this game moves into the hands of the Braves bullpen, and the first man out of the chute is right-hander Cody Martin. 12 games already and good work in relief.
Absolutely he has. He's kind of nailed down and earned that 7th inning work to set up Jim Johnson and Jason Grilli in games where the Braves have the lead. Worked an inning and 2/3 against the Reds on Friday. Gave up a hit, no runs or walks, struck out 2.
Popped up, foul ground at first. Freeman near the tarp, and he won't have a play. Braves began play today 4.5 games behind the Mets. The Reds are 5.5 games behind St. Louis. We've seen a lot of defensive swings from this Reds offense today.
Yeah, it's like they've been guessing a lot today and check swings on some fastballs that they weren't expecting.
That's line foul.
And a fan from Taliber, Georgia, made the play.
Hit it right over there by the cotton candy man from Cartersville.
No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss and a slow breaking ball, and Phillips can't believe he didn't hit that one to Stone Mountain. A 73-mile-an-hour breaking ball earns Martin a strikeout.
And it was inside, so he already had kind of flinched and then waved right over the top of it because of the lack of speed.
Brandon Phillips played a lot of games in his hometown. He's never hit a home run in this ballpark.
You're kidding?
Nope.
Is that right?
Yep. And Cody's spinning some nasty curveballs. Here's another good one. Bosch dropped it in for a called strike. Strike 3. Bosch is retired.
This is more like it.
Yep.
He got caught looking. In terms of guessing is what I mean. He looked like he was even with 2 strikes looking for an off-speed pitch.
A lot of times in the big leagues you'll see a pitcher waste a pitch 0-2. Why? Well, if you're going to throw it a foot off the plate, it's not close enough to even get an offer. And if the hitter's thinking along those lines, bump one right down the middle with the lead. This time Pena may have been looking for the breaking ball, and he got it on the first pitch.
Hey, Brian Pena wears almost as much gear when he's hitting as when he's catching.
Well, considering what happened to him in one of his earlier at bats today, that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe not enough equipment.
So a 2-out single brings up Devin Mesoraco. Left hip impingement is the problem for Mesoraco. He can hit and he can run the bases with very little problem. But he can't take his catcher's crouch. In fact, he hasn't even caught a bullpen session for the Reds, I'm told. So you've got to figure out what to do with Mr. Mesoraco. There is some risk involved, as we said. There's a problem with the hip. Troy Tulowitzki's had surgery along those lines. Alex Rodriguez has. They're infielders. They're not catchers. And this guy did some things that haven't been done offensively behind the plate since Johnny Bench played with Cincinnati. By that I mean 20 homers and 80 RBIs.
Yeah, it hurts their lineup when he's not in there. And it's a good lineup already. I was just trying to think, what can you throw him to make him squat and swing?
1 ball, 1 strike. And that's too high. It's 2-1. Mesoraco was an all-star last year. Mike Matheny named him to the National League squad. And now the 2-1 is hit in the air to left. And that's playable for Johnny Gomes. And Cody Martin has an impressive inning of relief. A couple of strikeouts, a harmless single. And he holds a 5-0 Atlanta lead. As is customary on home Sundays, the crowd will rise and listen to the dulcet tones of Timothy Miller. He will perform God Bless America here before a big crowd at Turner Field as we bid the Cincinnati Reds adieu. Their lone appearance in Atlanta today, game 4 of the series.
From far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
has the lead. 5 runs in today's era of Major League Baseball with power bullpens that every team has is usually enough. And the Braves offense is a whole lot better in the early days of this season than last year.
Yeah, we showed you those comparisons on the pitching staff earlier, and they weren't so good. Well, this is fabulous. 5th in runs scored compared to next to last in the National League. 2nd in hitting with runners in scoring position. Fewest strikeouts. Are you kidding me? 2nd in walks. It's just an all-around great approach by everybody that's chipped in.
Me too. Yikes. J.J. Hoover's the new pitcher for the Reds. Johnny Cueto tagged for 5 runs, 9 hits, and a couple of homers in his 6 innings today. And Hoover an even count to Markakis. 1, 2, and 3 on the lineup card for the Braves. That one past Pena on the way by. 2-1 your count.
Hoover pitched an inning here a couple of nights ago, gave up a hit, but zeros across otherwise. Low 90s, good sinker, slider.
Mentioned Friday night, Braves traded Hoover to the Reds for Juan Francisco.
So this for Cincinnati, they've done what a lot of teams couldn't do, and that's keep Nick Markakis off the sacks. 1 for 14 in the series.
And 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. In the air to center. Bosch is going to catch it. He does. And that's how the home 7th starts. Andrelton Simmons is 0 for 3. Chris, our statistician, points out Simmons has seen 4 pitches in his first 3 at bats. Simmons 1 for 3. Markakis 0 for 4. As Simmons bats and takes downstairs. The aggressiveness for Simmons is understandable. Joe had that great stat on first pitch success against Johnny Cueto.
Yeah, Chris dug that out for us, just trying to find some spot that he might have a weakness. That was about all we could find, was first pitch batting average against him at .316.
Anderson's eyes right now might be really tired. It's 3-0. He's done nice work though, hitting second for the club. It's in 14 of the last 17 games. Brave shortstop. Got to see a good pitch. 3 balls and a strike.
7 walks against 5 strikeouts.
Back out of play over towards Marty Brennaman in the Reds radio booth.
He's a Hall of Famer, you know.
There he is.
Don't cry, Marty.
Hoover knocked it down. Good play. And Simmons is the second out of the inning.
Might have been a base hit if he hadn't knocked it down. Phillips was kind of cheated up the middle on him. He might have been there to make the play, but it was hit hard.
Well, good news for the Reds. We got the medical report on their shortstop, Zach Cozart. Bruised right index finger. They did take x-rays. Those x-rays were negative, so no fracture.
Yeah, maybe it was just a fingernail that got torn some.
0-2 for Freddie Freeman. the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball left center field. Who's going to catch up to it? Nice running grab by Schumacher, and that's how the Braves' 7th comes to a close. 1, 2, 3 and out. We head to the 8th.
Julio Teheran has been that today. The most impressive thing for me is the fact that the ball is flying out of here. Cueto's struggling. Julio susceptible to the home runs at times. We talked about he needed to be aggressive, master that fastball. He did that all day long, stayed aggressive. Pitch for me was the first inning. Devato, 93 on the block, outside corner, telling you that he meant business.
Good points, Paul, as Skip Schumacher faces Cody Martin, who's out for a 2nd inning today.
Yeah, I think we were going to get a telltale sign, and I thought so in the 1st inning, and we did. Paul's right.
Got him 1, 2, 3. Had a little trouble in the 2nd. Reds left a pair of men on base. And then after that, Teheran had just a handful of base runners. Left allowing just 3 hits. Schumacher pulls one foul at first, and the count to Skip is 1 and 2. To first, Freeman gets a friendly hop and a nice feed, and that's out number 1 of the inning. Fans follow the Braves all year with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or for your tablet.
Cody Martin certainly capable of throwing 2 innings. Only threw 13 pitches in the 7th. With Votto coming up, we'll see if he also works to Joey to finish up the inning after he is able to retire Negron.
Popped up behind 2nd. Peterson out, still going out. He tracks it down. Nice catch. That had a little Andrelton Simmons action to it, didn't it?
You know what? This guy is getting better and better, playing every day. He keeps making these good plays because he's such a good athlete. Going back on the ball, he's able to run it down. No doubt in my mind, if you needed him to play left field, even center field for a couple of days, he could do that without hurting you. I enjoy watching him play.
A strike to Votto, who singled last time up. And just missed. Nice crowd, over 30,000 here today. 30,073 to be exact. Braves trying to split 4 with the Reds. And another strike.
I had 30,000 Friday, 29,000 last night, 30 today. It's Luis Avilan in the Braves bullpen. Burke Badenhop is in the Reds pen.
Tried to buzz the inside corner but missed. Mets trying to come back on Washington. They're down a run in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-0 Nationals. Phillies 6-2 over Miami in the 9th. And a breaking ball got him outside corner, and Votto can't believe it. The Reds being frustrated by the Braves pitching staff today, and Votto letting Sean Barber have it behind the plate. 5-0 Atlanta in Game 4.
By Hyundai.
Nice ride on a nice day at the ballpark.
I'd like to have one of those in my garage.
Maybe we can make some phone calls. Joey Votto called out on strikes. Didn't like the call by Sean Barber.
Sherwin-Williams painting the corners. It is a really big corner there. It's really not, you can't see it that well in that graphic, but that was a big corner. Obviously he had reason to gripe. Sean Barber let him get his gripe in and said, okay, that's enough.
So on Bark in the Park Day, Julio Teheran has struck out 6 guys. Cody Martin has struck out 3 guys.
And as you said before the game,
someone's going to K9.
There you go.
Also talked about Kelly Johnson maybe hitting a home run, having a 4-4 day. He's done that. His young son met him at third base. His little league team out on the field this Sunday. And Kelly's had another fine afternoon. He faces Burke Badenhop for Cincinnati. It has been a rough go for Burke. Ground ball right side. Votto ranges to his right. Baden hops to the first base bag and gets his man for out number 1.
Sinker slider guy. That's what he needs. There's some ground balls. ERA In double digits. We'll just leave it at that.
Johnny Gomes, the batter. He is struck out, homered, and hit into a double play. This one's popped up on the first pitch. Jay Bruce in the bright sunshine is there, and he's got it. And there's out number 2. Come on out and support our military and armed forces with a special tribute to Vietnam veterans. That's first of 3 Military Appreciation Days this Wednesday, May 6th, when the Phillies are in town. Get a discounted ticket in the Braves camo T-shirt when you buy your tickets at braves.com/camo. I wonder if the Braves will have special uniforms that night.
I don't know. That's a great idea. So pleased with that one.
And our hometown hero as well today, Staff Sergeant Eric Lemelin from Fort Benning, was saluted by 30,000 fans. Timothy Miller with a great rendition of God Bless America. And the Braves having a good day afield, at the plate, and on the mound. Peterson skies one toward left. That will send our game to inning number 9. All Braves will try to complete a shutout of Cincinnati. It's 5-zip.
Drama. It's going to come down to one final swing for Pete Rose. You know what's happening. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. The hitting streak is over.
Well, with the Reds in town, we thought that would be an apt moment to relive as we celebrate 50 years of baseball in Atlanta. Pete Rose in 1978, that remarkable 44-game hit streak snapped across the street at Fulton County Stadium.
Might remember Dan Uggla's 33-gamer back in 2011. Most recent long one that we could remember was Paul Molitor had one. I think it was 39.
And of course, Joe DiMaggio's streak. Apropos that we mentioned Jolton Joe DiMaggio. He made his Major League Baseball debut on this date in 1936. And he had a whole bunch of games after his hit streak was broken. He started another hit streak.
Yeah, I think he hit 15, 16, 17 more games after it was snapped.
But now we're for the Cleveland Indians and Ken Keltner, who made a couple of great plays to snap his streak at 56 games. Michael Kahn is on for Atlanta in the 9th. Braves trying to earn their second shutout victory of the season. They lead this one 5-0.
Michael had a good outing against the Reds on Friday, an inning with no walks. He had walked a batter in each of his first 3 outings.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Top of the hour in Atlanta. The Braves trying to split a 4-game set with the Reds. Good fastball. We'll see Cincinnati for a final time May 11th, 12th, and 13th, a 3-game series at the Great American Ballpark. That set starts a week from tomorrow.
It was 16 more games by DiMaggio.
16 more. Wow. That to me is one of the records that probably won't be broken. I can't imagine. I mean, we saw firsthand what Dan Uggla went through as his streak got to the 30s. With no offense to the electronic and print media, but all the attention that goes along with a streak of that nature. And with the advanced scouting that takes place now in the video.
And the bullpens.
Yeah. Some of the big league bird dogs embark in the park day. Watching Michael Kahn face Todd Frazier. And back out of play. Philly will head to town. They're on their way to Atlanta. They just finished off the Marlins 6-2 today down in South Florida. Phillies are playing better baseball. And Atlanta owes them some payback after a rough series at Citizens Bank Park. Got to find a way to get Ryan Howard out. That missed inside, ball 3.
Another good outing for Cody Martin. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 base hit. Through 23 pitches and 18 strikes. So good work.
Frazier about to see a 10th pitch. And that one right off the end of the bat down the left field line. It is a foul ball.
I'm telling you, one-handed.
He's done that the whole series.
I know. He hit a couple of balls at least to the warning track one-handed like that. Look where that pitch is. See, if that was Mesoraco, he'd never be able to stand up again. Can't crouch, can't because of that hip impingement.
Brian Woodrum has a similar injury. It usually involves the wallet.
Oh, he's got impingements everywhere.
And that rotator cuff just gets to the edge of the back pocket. As Frazier's down on strikes. And there's out number 1. Well, I think the truck might try to get even with us for that comment with our AT&T Universe trivia question. Let's see if we can get it answered right. Today, Julio Teheran tries for his 32nd win before the age of 25. Among active pitchers, who has the most wins before he turned 25?
I'm going to say Kershaw.
Okay, I said Felix Hernandez and others. I'll go with Felix Hernandez just to see if we can spread the love a little bit.
Way to go.
It is Felix Hernandez.
Way to go.
Off the shine.
Moving up the charts.
Like the Brewers, I'm 78 games out of first place. But I'll take it. Felix Hernandez, boy, he's something to see. For Seattle, as Jay Bruce bats, base is empty, 1 out. And this one hit high in the air to right, but playable for Markakis. Tough Sun field, but Nick's there. He's got it. And the Braves run out away. And Brandon Phillips stands in the way of that shutout win. He's walked and struck out swinging twice.
1 out away from a win because of the way Julio pitched and set the tone early. Using that fastball, kept the ball in the ballpark against a club who's hit a ton of homers in this series and already in the beginning of the season. And then the Braves putting 3 on the board for him right there in the first inning. That kind of laid the groundwork for the whole day.
And as you alluded to as well, Joe, it wiped away all those bad memories of that start against Washington when he also had a big lead.
Yeah.
way outside to Brandon Phillips, ball 2. Alex Wood and we believe Aaron Harang will be the starting pitchers tomorrow night when the Phillies start the series.
Yeah, what I got from the Phillies was Harang, and then to your point, Billingsley on Tuesday, and then Jerome Williams Wednesday.
On the Braves press notes, yeah, they've named Oltanevich the starter for the Wednesday night games. We'll look forward to Mike's second start. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, Kahn walks Brandon Phillips. And Freddie Gonzalez quickly out to the center of the diamond. And he's going to go to his bullpen. And Luis Avilan will get the baseball. 5-0 Atlanta. Need another pitcher to get the third and final out of the game.
Right stuff, low price every day.
He's ready for a nap.
Dog day afternoon.
Yep. Bark in the Park Day has been a smashing success. Braves are up 5-0, and what could be better than Bark in the Park than baseball in a movie here at Turner Field? Come on out May 23rd against the Brewers. Stay afterward for a free post-game movie on Braves Vision. Get all the details, including which movie we'll be showing and how you can get unlimited popcorn throughout the game at braves.com/movie night.
All right, Luis, get it out. Let's go to the house. Get a split with the Reds and get ready for the Phillies tomorrow. Second appearance against the Reds for him too. He worked Friday night, just a third of an inning. We keep talking about it, and no better example than what we just saw. Freddie has less and less patience with bases on balls now.
Well, especially in a 5-run.
Yeah, I know, but it was a point that was in big bold letters.
A couple of quick strikes from Avilan, and the Braves are now a strike away. 30,000 rise as one. He went around, and that's your ball game. The Braves have shut out the Reds. They've split them. 5-0 your final score. Welcome back, Julio Teheran. Big day today for Kelly Johnson, a 2-run homer. Freddie Freeman, an RBI hit. Johnny Gomes went deep as well. Braves have their 12th win. 5-0 again your final score. Joe and I are back with more for the ballpark right after this.